This is big breaking emergency news. We are now seeing foreign gangs take over and attack multiple different banks inside of New York City right now. This is currently happening on Thursday night, and this foreign gang has even posted this on their social media to let everyone know that they're the ones that are attacking these banks in the middle of Manhattan, in the middle of New York City, right now on a Thursday night. They are attacking these banks and shutting them down. They are shutting down the ATMs and shutting down the locks as well, so nobody can get in or out. So this is a big situation and a major security breach for New York City, and they're openly posting about it and bragging about it. So let's get into the details here really quick, guys. Please just hit it up for me down there, hit that like and hit that subscribe. I'm posting multiple videos a day, keeping you guys updated on all this big urgent news, and it just helps to get these warnings out. I appreciate that. All right, this is happening in Manhattan right now. This group has come out. It's called Unity of Fields. That's what this group is called. And they just posted about this afternoon, letting everyone know that they have destroyed 6 banks in New York City, right? That's what they're telling everyone. And they are saying that they have targeted CitiBank specifically. They're saying 6 different CitiBanks have been targeted and shut down and destroyed the ATMs, and they've destroyed the locks as well too, so nobody can get in or out. All right, this is major damage, and these could potentially even be federal charges here. Okay, it says here that this is from their own post, Unity of Fields, and this group is also called it's used to be called Palestine Action as well too. And this is what this group has said, quote, an autonomous group hit 6 Manhattan city banks to remind corporate once again that there's no business as usual during a genocide. We epoxied card readers and door locks and covered them with cement glued stickers. Okay? That's what this group is bragging about, that they just went out and destroyed 6 different banks, their ATMs. So you're not going to be able to get cash if you are in this area. And if you have CitiBank, you're going to have to use an out-of-network bank, right? And they've also glued the doors with cement glue and destroyed the locks as well, so people cannot get in and out of the banks when they go there in the morning, right? So they are openly bragging about this. This group also went on to say this other stuff. This is wild that this is happening domestically inside the U.S. and they're being allowed to openly operate in New York City and post about this and taunt the NYPD, right? And I have some news on the NYPD as well. The NYPD is in shambles right now, and the entire operation is a major risk right now. All right, I'll get into more details of that in just a second, but it says here, this is what this group also went on to say, quote, we must dismantle the idea of the United States in our minds to truly understand that it's not possible to support the Palestinian struggle for liberation without opposing its imperial life support system. Kamala Harris is fully invested in throwing our tax money into the death machine as well. Decolonize everywhere. Fight from the belly of the beast. These actions are not hard to do. Please escalate. Right? That's what they're saying. I'm not saying to do any of this. That's what this group is calling for. This is insane. This is crazy that they can openly operate inside the U.S., these terror groups essentially, and target our critical infrastructure and destroy it inside the U.S. So that's what's going on in New York City. Let me know if you guys are in Manhattan and if you are experiencing any disruptions here from CitiBank. And potential locations that are shut down are 1748 Broadway, 787 7th Avenue, 665th Avenue, and 1627 Broadway, and potentially a few other locations. That's reportedly are the locations that are potentially being affected by this. All right, it's not confirmed yet, but this group is saying they've attacked 6 different banks here. And it also, this is happening at the same time that the NYPD is having major issues right now. And the federal government is targeting the NYPD too. They're doing massive raids on the NYPD and very close associates to Mayor Eric Adams. They are being bugged and tracked and listened to, and they're worried there's moles inside the NYPD. All this stuff going on. Check this out. It says that paranoid police brass meetings are taking place in parking lots, sources said on Tuesday. This is according to the New York Post. It says several police executives were spotted Monday in the fenced-off secured lot instead of inside one police plaza, with law enforcement sources telling the Post that they're afraid the NYPD headquarters is bugged and that their words are being recorded. Okay, this is crazy. This is wild. This is what's going on inside the NYPD. And the head of the NYPD, the commissioner, Edward Caban, has just announced his resignation as well. He's going to be out by tomorrow, Friday at 5 p.m. He will be gone. That's his last day because he was wrapped up in this stuff too. So there's a lot of chaos going on in New York City. Okay, and potentially even the NYPD is having issues as well. That's maybe why a lot of these things are not getting done. That's why there's so much corruption going on. And I've seen videos of people calling the NYPD for certain things, right? And something else too that's peculiar is that the new commissioner is a former FBI agent, right, and member. So the commissioner has resigned, and now a former FBI agent is going to be the head of the NYPD now. At the same time, all this stuff's going on with the feds, so I don't know what's going on here. It's weird. There's a lot of stuff. They're meeting in parking lots and stuff. I don't know what's going on here. I don't really know all the politics going on in the back, but I've seen people too recording their callings to NYPD to report on certain crimes that are going on. And they were worried that it was potentially a, quote, migrant crime. Okay, that's what they were calling for. They were worried. And it was near this migrant shelter. Okay, and they were worried a crime was going on there. And they were worried they were going to be targeted because they were like asking these people, hey, what's going on? Like, I'm worried about the situation. Then they started acting aggressive towards him, so he was worried. And he called the NYPD, and they essentially mocked him. They mocked him. I couldn't even believe it. I couldn't believe it. It was insane. It was insane. But this guy was recording himself walking around in New York in front of some of these hotels and calling the police department live on this video, okay? And they were mocking him, and he was in shock. He didn't even process what was going on until he got off the phone. And he was like, wait a minute, were they just like, what's going on, right? They were just completely mocking him, and it was shocking, right? Because they're not going to respond. Certain things are flagged to not respond. They're not going to certain areas. They're not going to certain locations. They're not responding to certain crimes and certain things that are happening, right? And the situation is out of control in New York, and that's why we're seeing these groups like Unity of Fields pop up and commit these acts right in the middle of New York City and get away with it, and they're bragging about it. They're posting video of it. on their social media channels. Right? This is insane. I can't even believe that they're getting away with this. And these posts have been up for hours now, and there's no response. Right? There's not even any real media coverage on this yet either. So please, guys, just hit it up for me down there to help get these warnings out. I appreciate that, because I was searching for some kind of mainstream news on this too. No one's even reported on this yet. This is a live event, just happened. They just posted about this, exposing themselves, and they're out in the open. Right? These groups are out in the open. These gangs. This is a foreign national gang. Okay, they're supporting a foreign country inside the U.S. and causing chaos and destroying critical infrastructure in the name of a foreign country inside the U.S. Right? I don't know what that is, but whatever it is, it's really bad for our country, and the situation is getting out of control. Right? There are dozens of different transnational organizations that have influence and have people inside of the U.S. and are committing these actions and can be activated as well in the future to commit even more. Right? They could have a big one where they get out hundreds of people, thousands of people. They have these massive rallies and organize all the time. They could have thousands of people go out and overwhelm the police, just do a flash mob like this and go destroy all these different banks at once, right? And there's still digital banking, but it limits your access to cash, right? You're not going to be able to get cash, and these are probably federal offenses as well too. So let me know what you guys are seeing, boots on the ground, if you are experiencing this, if you've seen these banks shut down, right? Thank you, guys. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope you have big blessings for your life, your family, and I hope you have a big old blessed day.